Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the nitty gritty. Y'all, it has been a minute. It has been a minute since we have gone live. Y'all, it has been, I don't even think roller coaster is the right word. I mean, they're, they're good. They're great. You know, they're really great. And I just have been so exhausted, y'all. I'm pretty sure some of y'all that have been tuning in every single time on those lives, y'all have heard the exhaustion in my voice. Sometimes it's the yawns, I be really struggling, y'all. I thought about changing the time to do it. I'm like, these kids, they're still up. They're still just they're just holding on to every bit of I might miss something that they can hold on to. Okay? I mean, from one cartwheeling off a sofa, the other one finding a way to dive headfirst out of her bed. I was like, this can't be real. This can't be real. I was in the middle of class and one lovely child of mine is sliding out of my lap. The other one, she's in her stroller, but I did not buckle the bottom part of the stroller, that would keep her from sliding down through in between the seat and the tray. And so she realizes that I have made this incredible error and is slinking through the stroller and not only did I not buckle the part that would actually keep her in there, I didn't lock the back wheels. So you know what she's doing? She's pushing backwards in the stroller while trying to slide out in between the tray and the seat. And I have baby boy in my lap, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't have this. You're gonna back into a sign or something. It's just not gonna be good. So I'm like, okay, let me put him in his car seat. I put him in his car seat. I didn't have time to strap him in because I'm trying to get the other unstrapped kid. And so he takes it upon himself to not turn around and, you know, climb down how a usual, baby would be climbing down, off of a bed feet first. Oh no, he wants to go to the top of the car seat, tip over the car seat to get out of it. And I'm like, okay, no, you're younger than her, so let me grab you, put you back in this seat, and get her. I scoot her over to me. I look up, and my lovely baby has expeditiously crawled across the room to a metal fan. And I'm like, oh my Lanta. And I'm just thinking, because I sat in the back, because I don't want to be a disturbance to everybody. And, I have the kids with me. I look up and everybody is noticing me trying to hold one kid, hold one kid and rock the other. So, hey, if you have ever been in that situation with your brother, your sister, your own children, grandkids, whatever, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because when I tell you the more that you want to concentrate on something, that it's like a signal goes off in their heads that says it's time. It's time to get active right now, right at this very second. I cannot delay. And I'm just like, okay. I go run over to this fan. I scoop the little baby up. I'm putting him back in his seat. He is now strapped in. The other one kicks off her shoes and her socks per usual. I really think children are like, I don't know, they're like anti sock, anti shoe. Like these shoes and socks must have committed a crime against these kids the way they are. They're just determined to not have them on their body at any time of day. Okay. And I'm like, well, that's fine. You're inside, so you don't need your socks and shoes on, but like Can they not be across the room though? Like, can you just be a little civil and hand them to me? And I will put them on the side. I promise. I will neatly put your shoes here. You don't gotta be, don't be shy. Don't be worried. I will keep track of them. But no, 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 no. Kids want you to go Easter egg hunting for their socks and shoes, okay? And when I tell you they don't care, okay? I found my daughter's socks and shoes like behind this little sign. One was under my seat, and I'm like, are these kids really? Are they are they trying to I think they're messing with me. Like I had to I had to like take a double take. Like, are you did y'all come up with this plan together? Because I'm failing to miss that you guys are just coincidentally in sync right now. Like I don't understand. Like I like there must be some cameras that's getting ready to come out and go, huh, you got porn, you got y'all remember that show? Okay, don't date me. Maybe that was a little whiles ago. But hey, they might still have that show rolling, so maybe it doesn't show that I'm that old. I'm not old, y'all. I'm really not. But still. And so this this class, I'm like, hey, this, and they're doing this quietly now. They're not being loud. Is just, I think I was the one being loud. I think I was the one like, come on, man. Like I'm thinking that I'm expressing my frustration under my breath, but like when I looked up and saw people were looking at me, I was like, dang, maybe, have y'all ever done that? Y'all are responding to like it doesn't even have to be a crisis, but just something that your kid is doing and they're causing a scene. Like you are so like determined in your mind that they're causing a scene when really nobody's even paying attention. But the second you go to correct it or to change it, all of a sudden everybody's looking. Like it's like what what is this? The test my test my abilities to like what is that word? To not what do you call that when you calm down a situation to to y'all, I'm gonna think of the word later. But um I actually kinda wanna think of that word. Calm, de-escalate a situation with your kids. I feel like it's just like a super test. Like, how is she gonna handle this? Is she gonna raise this one up by its ankles like a sack of taters? Is she going to grab this kid? Is she going to, And all of a sudden they're just looking and it's like, oh, I'm just trying to get back to my seat unnoticed, unscathed. And then you got to be extra gentle because if you upset these dear darlings, now all of a sudden they're crying. And they're not just going to do a little cry. Oh no, oh no, oh no. They're not going to do just a little whimper or a little whine. They are going to cry like you done removed they whole kneecap, okay? And I don't know why this is. I don't know why they feel the need to just cry like it's like it's their job. Like someone told me that is their job. All they're supposed to do is poop, eat, sleep, and cry. And I'm like, uh-uh. They don't gotta. They don't have to. Do that level of crying. Okay, like can you just point to it? Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. Like give me the eye signals. Let me read your body language. So you do not have to use all 12 octaves of your lungs. Okay? You can just you can just be like, this is what I need. This is what I want. And hey, we will work that thing out. You don't gotta be like that. And they're like, what do you mean? This is my job. What I can't deter from my job. And I'm like, yes, you can, man. Play hooky. It's okay. So I will give you, you want a snack? Okay, I am so proud of you for aborting that mission and not screaming like Tommy Pickles off of the Rugrats. Like, or is it more like Dill Pickles? Dill Pickles had them vocals. Dill Pickle had them vocals. Tommy was like, take that baby back. Something's wrong with him. Y'all, I remember that episode. I'm a big, like, nostalgia 90 cartoons. I love it. But y'all, back to these wonderful blessings of mine. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful blessings. They are now strapped in. The stroller wheels are locked. There's nothing else that could go wrong. I gave them each a cup. You got your milk. You got your drink. Classes back to just rolling. I'm learning, and then all of a sudden I hear this kicking. Bink, 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 bink. Now, y'all, this is really what it sounds like. Don't don't laugh at my kicking sounds. This is really what it bink, bink, bink. And the first couple times I'm like, no, because if I if I show them I'm paying attention, then maybe they're gonna keep doing it because they're like, oh, this is getting mommy's attention, and I want mommy's attention right now. I don't want her to dig and dung and get everything that she needs to get out of this class. I need her attention right now. And so I'm like, okay, after like the fourth bink, I'm like, what? Who? Which one of you little children is it? My strapped in toddler. Now she has her little cartoon thing, and I don't know what I put on for her. Well, I know it was something educational. If we're gonna have a moment where you're watching, you're gonna be learning, okay? I mean, but she is so excited about this. She is kicking the back of her foot. This was after I had put back on her shoes. She was kicking the back of her foot on the step part, like where you can step up into the stroller or maybe rest your. I don't know if that thing is for them to step up into the stroller or to just rest their feet on. I don't know. But nevertheless, though, it's that thing that was hitting the metal bar of the actual stroller. So she just bink, 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 and just going to town. And I'm like, shh, stop it. But when I said shh, like I promise you, that shh was so loud. Like I, I felt like I just disturbed the class. And I was like, why didn't I shush quieter? Like what? I, man, when I tell you, I was like, Natasha, did you just ask yourself why you couldn't quieter? Like, the, I don't know. It happened in the dead silence. Okay, the bink bink, all of that, the kicking. There was stuff going on. There was noise going on. So I was like, okay, let me get a hold of this little kicking thing before there's a quiet moment and it becomes a disturbance or something. But the second I do that, it's dead silent in the class. No talking, people are transitioning, we're turning the page, and then here I go, going, shh, like, oh my gosh. Even the baby looked up at me like, why are you so loud, mom? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, kid. And so she kept wanting to kick her feet because she was so excited about these squares and triangles. And so I was like, you know what? You did have your socks and shoes off earlier, but now you're strapped in, so I don't have to worry about you running barefoot anywhere. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, the carpet in the classroom where we were is very clean. They keep it very, very clean and things like that. But I just didn't want her doing that. Like it just looked bad, or it would look bad, I suppose, just running barefoot all through here. Like, come on, no. And so I was like, well, since she wants to keep picking her feet, let me just take off her socks and shoes. Oh, I hit the happy button, y'all. When I took off them socks and shoes, she goes, yay! Feet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, no. And like, have y'all ever seen a puppy or it could even be a big dog, but like get the zoomies? That's what I call them. I don't know if, maybe other people have a different word for that. But when they get the zoomies and they are just on it, like they're just going, 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 whether that's like barking and jumping, running as fast as possible. But I mean, this girl got the stroller zoomies, okay? She is so excited about her little piggies getting their freedom from them socks and shoes. And so I'm just like, hey, it's okay. I know it's exciting. Please, shh, please, please be quiet. Because you don't want to be, hey, let's say be quiet. You can't, mm-mm, 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 can't do that. Can't do that. You need to handle this situation like a civil, calm, gentle mom. So that's what I did, and after a couple, hey, I'm not playing with you, he finally calmed down. And so my baby boy, seeing that I have just given his sister all this lovely attention, he decides he wants to start fake crying. Now, I know that anybody that has been a parent, guardian, a babysitter, whatever, for a good minute on the same child, you can tell when that baby is for real crying or if they're just, trying to do it to get attention. He looks at her and looks back at me and starts going, yeah. And I was like, mm-mm, nah, What, what do you need, sir? What do you need? I know you can't really talk, but like, give me a little babble. Give me a little goo goo gaga. Let me know where you're headed with this here. He looks back at her, and I'm like, mm. He looks down at her feet. I'm like, okay. I guess you want the free toe experience too. I take off his socks and shoes, put them on the side where hers are, and he's now he. I'm like, monkey see, monkey do, huh? And then I'm like, I had to stop saying that because my grandma used to be like, we're not monkeys. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I was like, banana. And she was like, they sell you bananas. And so I was like, you know what? Brother see, brother do. Like, doesn't sound as catchy. But y'all, he really showed me like, yes, I know kids pay attention. Yes, they watch everything. We talked about that in I believe it was our third podcast. But we talked about how kids just, even when you don't think they're paying attention, man, they're watching from like the corner somewhere, like they're ear hustling. Oh my gosh, kids are the hugest ear hustlers. It's like they were born with spy senses or something. Like they just know when to put their ear on a conversation, and you're like, didn't I send you to go play or go do cartwheels, climb a tree, something, you know? And when I tell my oldest this, when I'm like, man, you just be listening, huh? And she goes, well, I'm a kid. What do you expect? And I'm like, I grew up in the 90s. You really don't want me to answer that. Like, my answer is not 2025 friendly, okay? And, it's nothing like harsh or crazy, but it's just kids today could not, would not handle how we grew up. It was a whole nother ball game. It was like battle of the fittest, and even the fittest didn't. Even the fittest didn't escape it. Okay, we still outgrowing things now. We are still breaking off those generational things now. Talking about battle of the fittest. No, it was just a battle. No matter if you're weak or strong. But nevertheless, though, back to these children's. And so I'm like, okay, they're both content now, and I'm gonna go home, make some dinner. When they're done, we're gonna make, um, I'm gonna get you guys in the tub, and then I'm gonna hop on the podcast, and everything is going to be pristine. It's gonna be okie dory. Mm. Y'all see, it's been what, 2 days, 3 days, too long? Apparently, from that moment, things took a turn on their own. And now I completely understand. I mean, I've been understood, but when you have responsibilities that are beyond yourself, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's one thing, two thing, three thing. Y'all, I just thought of the Dr. Seuss book, Red Fish, Blue Fish. But anyway, y'all, when you have all of those things, you can have the full intention on completing a task, which for me, the podcasts are at the end of the day, like literally the end of the day. But when you have all that going on and you're like, dang, like, did I get to this? Like, does that really matter to me as much as I, say it does or think it does? Like, yes, it does. And sometimes it's so unfortunate that we question ourselves so hard because it's like, at people outside looking in, they're like, well, if you were serious, then nothing would stop you. Nothing would get in the way. You would always, but we're human, okay? The, like the words say, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And when I tell y'all, some of those days, I was like, just stay awake. Just stay awake. Finish the topic. Just stay awake. Just stay awake. And I be having so much stuff to talk about. I mean, I get so excited about just being real with what goes on in parenting and that kind of like responsibility factor. And I'm like, y'all, I am tired, okay? These kids then took me from here to there, and I'm still like, hey, that's something else we need to talk about, Like, we can be so exasperated, and there'll still be somebody putting their nose in your lovely, lovely business in the sense of how you should do it and, this or that. And it's like, well, are you gonna come help me? Like, it's cool. It's cool that you got some pointers and some tips, and I'm all for being coached. I'm all for advice, and all of that. But if you got all this lovely constructive criticism, can you come do the construct part? You know what I'm saying? Can you come help a sister out? Come help a brother out? You want to do some laundry? No? You want to cook some dinner? No? You want to run the errands, pay the bills? Oh, well, you want to play with the kids? You want to clean up their mess? You want to, be occupied with that? Uh-uh. Oh, well, sorry. I thought you had something to say. And because it's so real, man. It is so real. You could be doing your best every darn day, and either somebody in your family, your kids, be like, but mom, I thought you said you were gonna do. Look, I know, I know, I I know. I'm not. I don't want you to settle for less. I don't want you, but I want your understanding, your empathy, your compassion, your what is that other word? No, I think empathy. Sympathy, no, not that word. But I want that to increase. Your flexibility. I don't know what it is. I think maybe how it was taught to how change was taught to us when we were kids. Like change for my three, is it's already so, I want to say, difficult. Like they just have a hard time dealing with the fact that something is changing. And I'm like, wow, this one is laid on the floor, which I think is so odd. My middle child will, not in a tantrum kind of way, but not in a tantrum kind of way. Like she'll lay on the floor, like kind of like kicking her feet, but not like full kicks, kind of like fluttering her feet and just I don't know, just being upset when it's time for change. And my oldest, she pouts, and then the youngest one, obviously he cries because he's a baby. But I was like, man, I remember finding myself saying, y'all are going to be in for a rude awakening because I don't know who made adulthood like this, but they forgot to tighten some stuff down or something. There's some screws somewhere that did not get tightened, because why does adulthood like flip flop? Sometimes I'd be like, um, adulthood is ghetto, okay? Because what is up with this? But I just say that, like, hey, if y'all had to take your kids somewhere and there was nothing you can do, they just gotta tag along. I encourage you, hey, keep going. It's okay. We see you. Whether or not people are turning up their nose or they like, this part, got this and that and they got all their kids. Okay, okay. You continue to have your kids with you. You continue to have to shop and change things and go to the tire place and go to schools, or you got to do your whole little workout, but you got to have one kid here, one kid there. Do what you got to do. We see you. We understand. Man, forget what anybody else saying, because these kids be acting crazy. Like I literally had to tell my youngest kid, like, you Aiden, you can hear me just fine. You can hear me just fine. And it's like trying to navigate things like as if we don't have any generational trauma can be hard, because kids ain't understanding why you're like, nah, you can't do this and no, you can't do that. They don't understand. But at the time, if somebody had said, hey, this is the kind of advice I got for you, I don't think you should do this, or I think you should do that, you know, to where there was an understanding, or if they did and you're just stubborn, I don't know. Either way, though, we learned it one way or the other. Whether somebody told us not to, or we did it and we wished somebody would have told us not to. Okay? And so we set these parameters for our kids, but not everybody's doing that. A lot of people that grew up with us, they're just kind of like, yeah, well, it is what it is. You grow up and you make, your own decisions that way. But I'm like, but with change though, man, they just take it so hard. They're like, no, if we've been rocking and rolling this one way for a long time, it's like that saying, like, why, what is it? What does it go? Um, don't fix what's not broken, or don't need to be fixed if it's not broken, something like that. And for a long time, that's how I was. I was like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There you go. That's what it is. Well, it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix. I mean, fix it. But I'm like, but would an upgrade be okay? You know, like if it's fixed, you know, then some upgrade wouldn't be a problem. And so, y'all, if you gotta improve your life, if you gotta change things, you gotta adjust things for you, your kids, your siblings, your responsibilities. That's okay. You do it, and you keep doing it. And if these kids wanna WWE jump off the dresser and look at you like, why you let them? Hey, maybe they gonna learn their lesson. You know, like, hey, don't these kids be doing stuff and have no reasoning as to why they do it. You ask them why they do it, I don't know. But really, what they saying is it's 'cause my brain is, not developed yet, and I'm still out here being crazy, But that's all right. Keep going to class, keep going to work, keep going to the meetings. I understand finding sitters is frustrating, y'all, but that's okay. We gonna find our community. Our community gonna find us. You know what? I don't know. I got an idea brewing, and I'm gonna talk about it in the next podcast. But y'all, thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for just doing this little. It's not. I keep wanting to say TED talk, but this nitty gritty talk, y'all. Because these kids be out here just being crazy. And you be trying to process it and stay civil and not repeat generational things. And you guys are doing a great job. Even when you mess up, hey, say, you know what? Mommy went too far. Daddy went too far. I apologize. I'm sorry. This is what I'm working on. Please forgive me. Y'all normalize talking to these future adults, okay? Of course they don't know how to apologize. Of course they got bad attitudes and they don't want nobody to say, okay, where do you think they learned it from? Y'all, we gotta stop acting we gotta stop acting all weird and just humble ourselves, okay? Because these kids gonna grow up confused. There's enough influences out there. Let's give them a chance, you know? Give them a chance. And hey, if they gotta jump off that dresser two, three more times and then they realize, you know what? I wish my mama would have snatched me up after the first time because then I probably wouldn't have this cast on my arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you ain't, hey, everybody got a different style for doing things and you ain't gotta fit the mold. Just be, just be great, Be your greatest. And hopefully these kids will follow suit. But whether or not you do, they still gonna follow suit. I just want you to know. They gonna mimic it. But y'all have a great night. I'm glad we're back rolling. We're back every day. The next podcast will be longer, jam packed of more nitty gritty things. And I can't wait to see all the feedback and the people online. I love it. Love y'all.